So, this is the Breakout case, and it's an alright case. Its problem is it's old, it's from 2014, and it hasn't aged well. There are nice skins here, like there's the Supernova that's quite nice, I like the Tigris, I like the Water Elemental, but overall it's a bit meh. And like if you look at the reds, like the Cyrex, no one really uses that gun, it's not a very nice Cyrex. It's not like the SG Cyrex on the Falchion case. That skin does look good, but this one doesn't. And there's a P90 Asimov, and obviously Asimov is a nice coat of paint, but it's not a P90. And obviously there's butterfly knives, but why would you try and get one from a Breakout case if you can just go for a Spectrum case instead? So, all in all, fairly average case, and if you open it, you're gonna get crap. Would you look at that, a Negev Desert Strike? Fucking beautiful, right? Now, despite the fact that this is a fairly crappy case, there is still a lot you can do with it to make money, and this video is going to show you how. This is Heyzeus' trade-up guide to the Breakout case. So, the first trade-up that we're going to look at is a purple trade-up. Unfortunately, there aren't any really viable mil-spec trade-ups in this case. This particular trade-up involves 10 field-tested Osirises or Novakoi, stat track. Everything in this video is stat track, by the way. There aren't really any profitable non-stack track trade-ups you can do. The average float needs to be less than 0.2142 off to some minor decimal points. Just assume it's 0.21 and it'll be nice and simple. And if you use a buy order to buy these things on the Steam market, it should cost about $1 each, so it'll cost about $10 all up. In terms of what you can get from this trade-up, there's an equal chance of getting any classified skin from the Breakout Collection. And if you look at the values of these different skins, you'll notice something that is going to be a particular theme. Making money from this case is all about not getting foul plays. This is going to be something we're going to be dealing with a lot. So you'll get regulars about $7 if you get a foul play, but you'll make that if you get a conspiracy or a water elemental, and obviously you'll get one conspiracy and one water elemental for every foul play you get, so you'll make a profit in the long run, about $2 a trade up, which is not the most amazing thing in the world, but it's not terrible either. Second trade up, this is literally the minimal wear version of the previous trade up. This time we want an average float of 0.1, and the skins, because you're getting minimal wear Osirises and minimal wear Novakois, they'll be about $1.30 each for buy order, so $13 in total. In terms of what you can get, it's sort of a similar business this time as well, except the foul play is now minimal wear and the water elemental is now factory new. Once again, the foul play is a big loss. Some of the value for winning has shifted to the water elemental, so now it's sort of plus $16 versus only plus $4 for the conspiracy. However, on average, you'll be making about $3 a trade up, so you're getting a slightly better return than the previous trade up, but it's more skewed towards one skin, so that makes it slightly more risky. But overall, it is slightly better. Now, this trade up is a bit more interesting because we're trying to get Falchion case skins here rather than Breakout case skins, but essentially what we're doing is we're taking advantage of the fact that you can get factory new Novakois at a good price with very low floats very easily, and we're going to use that as leverage to try and do some trade ups using minimal wear skins from a much more desirable collection. So there is a bunch of different collections you can combine this with. I'm just using the neural net from the Falchion collection as an illustrative example. I think the Highwayman from the Vanguard case collection is another good example. There are a few others as well. We do Gamma 2 case skins. But anyway, essentially what we're doing is it's, five Novakois. Now, if you can get more Falchion case skins into this, like 4 Novakois, 6 neural nets, that's good. Do that if you can. You will make more money. The reason I have this ratio is I tend to try and get crappy neural nets and very low float Novakois, so I can maximize the number of trade ups I do, but the underlying motto is, the more neural nets the better, basically. In terms of what you can get, so if there's a 5-to-5 ratio, there's an equal chance of getting any of the classified skins from these two collections. Now, what you don't want is the conspiracy and the foul play. They are your losses. Everything else you will make money on. The yellow jacket is the best, and the thing about the yellow jacket is its price is quite volatile, and it's high at the moment. It may fall in the future, it might fall to about $30, but at the moment it is $20 profit, so you double your money. The Cyrex is also quite good, the water elemental is also quite good. With the Nemesis, you'll get a skin with a float of about 0.022, So you can sell it on OP skins for about $20 in my opinion, experience. So because you normally have to sell stuff at a discount on OP skins, this is quite a nice skin to cash out with. So fourth trade up, this one is a classified trade up using the stat track foul play, using field tested and minimal wear skins. Now this is quite a difficult trade up to do, because to make it profitable, you need to have at least 7 field tested foul plays basically. But the float you need is 0.14, which is slightly below the threshold for a minimal wear skin. So you're going to have to be looking quite hard to find really low float field tested skins and low float minimal wear skins. To give a sort of an idea of what you're after, if the average float of your 7 field tested skins is about 0.16, you'll need an average float of 0.09 for 3 minimal wear skins. Now, the other thing I have to add is that the price of the foul play has gone up a bit around the time of recording this video. I bought most of the skins I'm going to use in this video about 2 weeks before recording it, so I got the foul plays for about 20% less. So I think in the future this trade up is going to be a bit more profitable than I depicted as here. The margin at the moment is fairly narrow. If you're looking at doing this in the future, make sure you go check the prices, because the price of the foul play may have dropped, and you might be looking at a much better trade up. As for what you can get, there's a 50% chance of either the M4ONS Cyrex or the P90 Asimov. The Cyrex will be factory new, the Asimov will be minimal wear. You lose $4.50 on the Asimov and make $9.50 on the Cyrex. So that works out to be an average profit of about $2.50 per trade up. But as I've mentioned, I think this will get a bit higher in the future. It might be more like $4 a trade up, which still is fairly narrow, but it is definitely better than that. A profit is a profit at the end of the day. So moving on to the final trade up, this particular trade up involves 8 minimal wear foul plays and 2 factory new Wasteland Princesses. The average float needs to be below 0.076, and do keep in mind that 6 on the end, because that does make your job quite a bit easier. Now, it doesn't have to be the Wasteland Princess. You can use, another example is the Scar 20 Bloodsport, and I'm going to use one when I do this trade up later on. I think there may be some other skins you could mix in, but I don't want to make it too complicated, so we'll stick with the Wasteland Princess. I think overall that is the most profitable and low risk option to go for as well. Additionally, it should be noted that the trade up will become more profitable if you can squeeze more minimal wear foul plays into it. So if you can get it down to it's only one Wasteland Princess and 9 minimal wear foul plays, that will increase your profit margins. If you could, dare I say, to have only 10 foul plays in it, 10 minimal wear foul plays, that will even further increase your profit margins. That would be very difficult. I'd be very impressed if you managed it. But the general principle is the more foul plays, the better. Going in the other direction, less foul plays, because that does make the trade up easier to do, you will find that your profit margins start to decline very quickly. You could probably get away with 7 foul plays. I wouldn't recommend it, but it would still be profitable at that point. But you'll find all the money you're making dries up very quickly the less foul plays you have in the trade up. So in terms of what you can actually get, there is some pretty cool stuff. There's the factory new P90 Asimov. There's a 40% chance of that. You'll make $40. The loss option is the factory new Cyrex. 40% chance of that. You'll lose $16. And you'll be grinning if you get either of the glove case skins. The Buzzkill is plus $40. The Dragonfire is plus $22. That's one of the good things about the Wasteland Princess being in the contract, because if you get something from that collection, you're only going to win. But anyway, as usual, it's time for me to put my money where my mouth is and try out these trade ups in game. So I'll see you guys in CSGO Exchange. Okay, so here we are in CSGO Exchange. First trade up here is the field tested restricted one. I bought a lot of these skins, so there's 3 of them. I figured I may as well do them all at once. The skin you have to keep an eye on here is the water elemental. As long as you get that skin's float right, the other 2 will be fine. So as you can see, that one's safely under 0.15 to be minimal wear. So that's good. I don't see the point in showing you the other 2 trade ups like this. Just take my word for it, they're good as well. Next one is the minimal wear restricted trade up. As you can see, I've also got this. Once again, the water elemental is the skin you have to look out for. As you can see, I've got that under the threshold of factory new. Provided I don't make any mistakes when I'm loading up the skins. That is possible. That could be entertaining. But anyway, onto the Breakout Falchion combination trade up. As you can see, once again, the Yellow Jacket, Cyrex, Foul Play are the hardest ones to get to the right float, and they're all under 0.07. So that one's good to go. Hopefully I'll get something from the Falchion collection when I do it. Next we have the classified trade-ups. Now with the one with minimal wear and field-tested foul plays, because I bought them when they were a bit cheaper, I went for a 6:4 ratio rather than a 7:3, so that still works for me because I paid a bit less. But if you're doing it at the moment, don't follow my example. Make sure you have that 7:3 ratio. You're not going to... You may make money, but it's so minimal, it's not worth the time. But as you can see, the hardest thing to get in the right float here is the Emperor ONS Cyrex. You want to get that factory new, and I've gotten a factory new. Finally, we have the factory new classified trade up. I'll explain the gamma skins in a second, but as you can see, I've gotten the Asimov under 0.07, which is the hardest one to get right. The reason I have a couple of gamma skins here is I was buying these skins while I was in Europe, and I've only just gotten back, recovered from jet lag, and I thought I had the right skins, but it turned out I didn't. I was missing a couple, and I couldn't get a foul play of the right float in time, so I just went for a Imperial Dragon as a substitute. It's not a great substitute if you're going to use a gamma skin as a substitute. Normally, for minimal wear skins, I normally actually recommend using a minimal wear Bloodsport, but I couldn't get one of those either, so this is just me improvising. And it's not quite the same thing for the Factory New Bloodsport. I was going to buy another one of these, but I could get a Bloodsport with a better float for a lower price, so I figured I'd go for that. I will show you guys actually, if you add up the price of the Wasteland Rebel and the Mecha Industries, it'll be almost the same as the Dragonfire and the Buzzkill combined. Obviously these prices here aren't particularly reliable, but take my word for it, it's a very similar price. So the Bloodsport is sort of interchangeable with the Wasteland Rebel. I didn't want to include it personally in the slides just because it made things complicated, but you can use this instead of the Wasteland Princess. I called it a Wasteland Rebel earlier, but yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys in game. Okay, so here we are in game. Anyway, these ones aren't that exciting. Hopefully I don't get a bunch of foul plays. That would be very, very foul. Oh, that's so fucking pathetic. But no, that would suck. Hopefully it'll be, you know, a bunch of water elementals, conspiracy. This one, I think conspiracy is slightly better. That's water elemental. I could have done a slightly better job crossing that out, but okay, we're off to a good start. In all honesty, it really actually just comes down to that last trade-up. If that goes well, nothing else matters. But, you know, if I make a bit of money off these, that'd be good too. They've been in my inventory for a couple of weeks now. I've been itching to do them while I've been travelling. That's another water elemental, I think. Oh no, conspiracy. Okay, well that's good. We're off to a good start. To give people an idea of how much of a loser I am, I'm so addicted to doing trade-ups, I had to bring a tablet with me, essentially on a European road trip, so I could do trade-ups every day before we left to do something. But I got really, really smashed every night, so I guess that balances it out. I don't know why I felt the need to cross that out first when I could have done it later. If I can get 3 out of 3, that'd be pretty good though. Let's see. Okay, so one of each. Not too worried about that, it means I've still made a profit. So, this one I do care about slightly. Oh, this one I care about getting a water elemental, because it's only 1 in 3 chance of that happening, but would be nice. There's a fair bit of money in it. Plus that way I end up with only 1 foul play item. Ah, it's not good. Okay, that stings a little bit. I think that puts me in the red, not black. Well, next trade up. This is the Falchion Breakout crossover. Hopefully I'll get a Falchion Case skin, or just a water elemental. I guess we'll see. Magic card. We got a water elemental. Okay, that's good. Okay, back in positive territory. That's good. Okay, for a moment I swiped over that and thought it was minimal wear. Nearly had a heart attack, but no, it's factory new. I don't know why I would have been worried about that. It's that skin that it was hard to get a factory new water elemental, not this one. This one will be, yeah, miles under. Anyway, on to the exciting stuff. Hold on. What I need to make sure I don't do is I need to make sure I don't accidentally use these foul plays here. Of course, I mean, you have to be an idiot to make a mistake like that, but you guys don't know who's doing this. Okay, that's good. Hopefully, what I hope doesn't happen is it really suck if I got a P90 here and a Cyrex on the next one. That would be very annoying. I have a feeling it's going to happen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got the Asimov. Okay, so final trade up. Hopefully this one will go slightly better because that was a bit of a bummer. I mean, it's only $4.50, but still. Okay. I'm a little bit nervous about this one. Hopefully it'll go alright. Oh god, I just hope I don't get a Cyrex. That'd be so annoying. Fucking horrible way for it to end. I mean, Mecha Industries would be the best. That one will give me a heart attack when it pops up because I think it's a Cyrex at first. Oh my god. Fuck me. Oh well. Can't win them all. Anyway. Trust the numbers, not your gut. Thanks for watching. I'm Heyzeus. See ya.